In St. Louis, Meet Me at the Fair used to mean the World's Fair in Forest Park, but not anymore. Every year, on the second weekend in September, more than 100,000 people from all over the country come to Clayton, Missouri to experience the excitement of the St. Louis Art Fair, presented by the Centene Charitable Foundation.
There is something about the St. Louis Art Fair that is just so captivating.
It's a place to find beauty and whimsy.
The wall space is already taken. I'm thrilled.
They come to see form follow function.
I make chicken footstools.
It is inspiration and imagination.
I kind of picture in my mind little stories and I try to put it all in a little fire pit.
Above all, the St. Louis Art Fair is 3 days of extraordinary fun.
It's the best art fair in the country, bar none. You'll never see this many outstanding artists in one place again.
Hello, I'm Paul Shankman, host of State of the Arts on HEC TV. And in just a few days, the glass towers of Clayton will see a tent city spring up at their feet, as more than 180 of the best artists in the country flock to one of the most acclaimed art fairs in the world.
And it's great for St. Louis, too, bringing into our community an estimated $10 million a year, along with the tremendous exposure the fair gives hometown chefs and local musicians.
It's sort of like Christmas in September for the restaurants and the businesses.
There is no charge to get in, so anyone can come and everyone is welcome. In the next few minutes, we'll take a peek not just inside the tents, but behind them as well, as we tell the story of how the St. Louis Art Fair comes together and stays together even after the last tent is folded, because that's when the art fair unfolds some amazing programs taking art into the community. Plus, we'll share the unique way you can meet the artists before the first tent is ever pitched.
So stay tuned to see why artists and art lovers everywhere are saying, "Meet me at the fair."
Show me the way to St. Louis, show me the way. Show me the way to St. Louis, show me the way.
When you say St. Louis Art Fair outside at another event, the artists just light up.
But why does this art fair, which spreads out over 8 city blocks in the middle of America, draw superior artists from all over the country?
They sell. I mean, they come here because they sell.
Last year alone, those sales climbed to $2 million.
We have tracked the amount of money that the artists sell, and it keeps going up.
Ben and Susan Uchitel, founders of the art fair, and they're an amazing couple. They've been the driving force behind this event.
Though they are not artists themselves, 24 years ago, Ben and Susan Uchitel pictured downtown Clayton as a blank canvas, and then thought of a way to introduce some color.
So I was the mayor of Clayton at that time. The idea of having an art fair that was a regional, national, major art fair seemed inviting and good. So we started with nothing. Most people said, wait, don't get started this year, get started next year.
And my feeling was, if we didn't start now, it wouldn't happen. We only had about 3 months, but felt really strongly we could do it.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car agreed to contribute the founding money.
We moved very quickly, developed hard over the summer, and worked our tails off.
It started on only a couple of streets in Clayton. Now it occupies almost every street in downtown Clayton.
For the artists, getting the opportunity to be part of the St. Louis Art Fair is no walk in the park. Thousands apply, and even the best of the best sometimes wait years to get accepted. To get into the St. Louis Art Fair, they first have to survive a trial by jury. Luckily for them, in this case, justice is blind.
It's a blind jury process. We have 5 jurors that we select. that are made up of curators, university professors, local buyer, collector, and then 2 peer jurors. They know nothing about the artist. The jurors are looking at thousands and thousands of images and basing their judgment on the work.
It's really difficult. Almost 1,200 artists have applied. We only have 150, 200 spots, so it's very competitive. We've just been through the first round of just the two-dimensional, and I don't know how we're going to narrow it down. There's just so many really strong applications.
The artists submit 5 images, 4 of their work and 1 of their booth presentation. Our patrons are looking to walk into a gallery. They're wanting something unique, something different, and walking into 181 different galleries during the festival weekend. And so the booth presentation plays a big part during the jury process. We do try to give as many opportunities for the jurors to see the artist images before they cast their first vote, which in the art fair world doesn't necessarily exist. Sometimes it's just 1 round. It's about 4 times before the jurors cast their first vote.
I look for a good technique. I also look for something that's a little interesting and different, and looking across all of the work that there's a good diversity of types of work. So you have representational, you have contemporary, you have different types of painting, you have different types of collage. Or for jewelry, you have a wide variety of different types of high quality work that will be represented and available at the art fair for visitors.
While the artists have to get past the jury, the art fair itself also faces a burden of proof, constantly making sure it always puts on a quality event worthy of drawing some of the world's most celebrated artists.
Everything is of high quality, and the artists know that. So when they jury in, we get really first-class artists. And the entertainment is also first class. And the food, again, is juried in. Our idea was, while it was on these streets, we wanted everything to be of the highest quality possible.
But with the art fair's full-time staff of only 3, making it all seem effortless takes a lot of effort and outside help.
I don't think people realize the amount of time that goes into planning the festival. We actually spend probably a good week laying the show out, and what we're looking at is not putting a photographer next to a photographer, work that complements. So as you're walking through the festival site,